At Disney today, an NBA restart scrimmage. The Los Angeles Lakers taking the court. Aaron Jordan for the Orlando Magic. It's the Magic and the Lakers. Los Angeles with LeBron James and Anthony Davis looking to make a long run into the postseason this year. And just up the road, a short drive up I-4, the Amway Center, and inside are on another top team from the West, the Lakers and the Magic. The NBA is back on Fox Sports Florida. It is game on.
Some continuity, and then on the other hand, he wants to take a look at guys like JR, Waiters, give Kuz an opportunity. Caruso's back tonight. So it's not a new season. We have to remember that. It's still the old season, and so we...
And there's LeBron with the first bucket of the game, 2-0 Lakers.
Now he's standing there. It's ISO. He's going like spreading his fingers apart. It's the funniest thing in the world.
James, it's one of my favorite videos, and what's great about that is if you ever watch some of the stuff from the 08 Olympics, some of that footage, it's so great. He's doing full Kobe imitation. So LeBron James and Kobe Bryant, of course, teammates on 2 Olympic teams. They won 2.
Satisfactory to the fan base.
Fournier with a three-pointer ties the game at 6. I agree with you, James. As LeBron gets to the basket, misses, but the follow-up, JaVale McGee.
There was a fine example of a player that had a free layup, but he saw AD coming, and he altered an extra pass. They get the possession. And
let's take a look at the Carl's Cam replay, big game, James. And there's JaVale, and Dwight does the same thing, those bigs. Right there to clean it up, and now the dunk.
Yeah, McGee, one of the best at trailing, one of the best to put himself in position to get those missed tips.
Those guys. You know what I mean, Allie?
Yeah, he can light it up.
AD, so smooth, Allie.
I mean, he truly does. He looks exactly as he...
But I saw things that coaches love. I mean, he really takes instructions well. His defensive presence is amazing. A lot of things you don't see on the defensive end. The monster dunks that we've seen. He's a crowd favorite, but he's going to give you everything while he's on the floor, and they're going to be productive, meaningful minutes. Doesn't make a lot of mistakes. I just love this kid, and I know the coaches love him too. A lot of expectations.
We're going to talk a lot about Alex Caruso today, I'm sure. A good sign for Lakers. Kyle Kuzma hits his first 3. Kuz. And then LeBron down the lane where he's at his best, and the Lakers open. Yeah, here's what you're talking about right now, Big Game James.
That's not defense.
No, it's running away.
Yeah, that's get the hell out of here.
Number 21.
I got to cover Vucevic when he was at USC. He has turned into a great NBA player. Kuz, off the pick, catch, fire, got it.
Well, this is one of his bread and butters. Coming up from the baseline, on that little curl.
Be what they were when this was a young rebuilding team.
Yeah, Chris, the most simple way to think about Kuz's season is that his minutes and his field goal attempts just went way down from when he was starting and or just playing more minutes before AD got here. And that's to be expected as AD Geter finishes inside at the rim on a nice dip.
Only help and benefit when it comes to ultimately reaching that goal. So I think both have a great opportunity here with the Lakers. And so it'll be fun to watch it come to fruition.
Yeah, both seem to fit in nicely with this team, being veteran guys. Of course, JR, the years he spent with LeBron James, as Kyle Kuzma is on fire. Another 3, his 3rd of the game.
Do these little flip shots. I was afraid of the contact, so he advised me to wear the goggles, and it was a great thing to give me security in the game.
LeBron James back in, as you saw AD going to the locker room, and LeBron with an and one. He gets into the lane. Absolutely impossible to stop, James, as you would mention. And LeBron, 30-15, going to the line.
Well, I'm in the studio eating an egg sandwich, so if it sounds kind of weird.
Is the food good, James?
LeBron's just too strong.
MCW playing for his 15 in the 6th season. Kuz wants one more. Got it! Kyle Kuzma
from deep.
People don't want to understand the start of season that he had, given all the injuries and the new role that he was taking on so young in his career. Just watch him now. Watch the confidence that never wavers. Dwight Howard, a man never lacking confidence, throws that one down.
He can come back here in the second quarter.
Mike Trudell, Lakers have gone a little cold, but you see Kuz sitting in that soft spot of the zone where LeBron was playing just a few minutes ago, and he hits the jump. Kuz to handle the pick and roll with Dwight. Pull up, knock it down. Kyle Kuzma, 16 points. What a pick by Dwight Howard. Quinn Cook, I thought, an underrated game as he pulls up off the screen. Cook played 20 minutes, had 13 points on 5 of 7. 0 turnovers is the one I like. As KCP gets to the rack, he misses, but he'll go to the line.
Doesn't always yield you a championship. So it's critical. Once you put the pieces together, you have to have guys that not necessarily love one another, but they have to like each other. They have to understand.
Show the young guys how to move the basketball, how to play. They never lost another game.
Yeah, Gator, he's that type of player. He has the mindset of a coach. Nice over-the-top lot from coach. He thinks like, a coach does. He understands ratios. As you see LeBron drawing the defense.
4 in Orlando, for shooting so poorly, find themselves down by only 12. Alex Caruso wants an and one, doesn't get it, but he lays it off the glass.
Vogel's been real consistent all season. When they're on a court, they want to set a certain tone and style. And you see now LeBron aggressively going to the rim out of that timeout there. It's just one of those things, Chris, that reiterates what Vogel's been pushing and what LeBron.
KCP off the screen from LeBron. A few more dribbles from the left side. He hits the jumper. And Big Game James out of a timeout. You need a bucket. Here's our Carl's Cam replay. Go to LeBron James.
Well, we're going to be saying this till he retires, probably. You can't stop him one.
Vail McGee. Really nice pass by LeBron James up ahead. So quick. He sees KCP has a step on his defender. Gets in the ball on time, on target for the bucket. 72-64.
Yeah, you're right, man. Quinn Cook is the guy that holds down the Madden for him.
So when Josh Hart was here, as you see LeBron, another layup down the middle. When Josh Hart was here.
The Orlando Magic just 2 of 22 heading into the half from the three-point line. Now they're heating up. 74-72 Lakers. KCP into the lane. Lays it up and in. This is in that spot. In the 9th spot, you have 3 teams basically tied in Portland, New Orleans, and Sacramento. Kuz to the rack, off the glass, 78-7. In a game where AD is not playing now because of the eye injury, Kuz picking up the slack. Kuz uses that body off the glass and good. It's now 80-73. 23 for Kuz. 83-82. JR, and JR gets it to fall. He'll go to the line for a three-point opportunity. 85-82. Here's JR James.
And that's what he brings to the table, an experienced player. He didn't break the play.
LeBron attacking, and LeBron converting. 89-87. Quinn Cook off of 1 foot from.
It's been out a little more than 2 years.
Yeah, Dion Waiters, guys, only played 3 games this year, so definitely having to knock off the rust for these two.
All back in January. Dion looked pretty good in that first scrimmage.
Quinn Cook doesn't have the numbers, holds it up, gives it to Dion. Such a smart play by Quinn. Not being able to see you guys, but I do appreciate you being there. Never want to interrupt a man when he's having a little brekkie. That's for sure.
It was early when we got here, man. It was like 8:30. Ooh.
No Insta stories from you in the 80s?
No cell phones till the 90s, really.
Dion Waiters.
He's coming alive.
Some physicality. replay big game. Dion Waiters, talk about using your body right there. He does it.
Yeah, he does. You know, and this is going to be the question, Gator.
I agree with James. They're definitely going to miss Avery Bradley, no question about it. But this Laker team, James, has been next man up mentality all year. Great cross-court pass from Kuz to KCP, James, and he buries it 106-100.
A very mature move by Kuzma there, because normally he wants to take the one-on-one move, but he saw the defense helping out on baseline, found Pope, who was wide open, and there's a steal by Pope.
What a great read defensively, guys. And Clifford,
In truest sense, playing only 40 minutes back to the regular 48 today.
KCP off the handoff. Love that play.
Here's what Frank Vogel said about him. I'm going to read this quote. KCP has been one of the brightest parts of the season. He had a terrific stretch there, particularly the time Avery was out. After a little bit of a slow start, being one of the leaders on our team and playing harder than our opponent.
Minutes for the whole season. So Markieff was a nice pickup for the Lakers, and he started contributing right away.
Yeah, and unless you have to see something out of Markieff, you know, he's a veteran that really doesn't need these scrimmages, in my opinion. He's just ready to go when it's time for him to play.
Sure. And Dion Waiters.
Waiters Island. Brian Hagan, I appreciate you. Our crew is back. They are together, and they are ready to roll during the restart. Thank you guys so much. It has been an honor. It's been a lot of fun to sit in this seat. Billy and Stu will be back on Monday at noon when the Lakers take on the Washington Wizards. The final score in Orlando, the Lakers win 119-112. For James, Allie, Brez, and Mike, I'm Chris McGee saying so long. Be sure to catch our next telecast Monday at 6 when the Lakers take on the Wizards. Access Sportsnet Lakers, presented by your Southern California Honda dealers, starts right now.